Meet Dr. Bruce Kaplan. He grew up swimming in the waters of conventional medicine, raised by an MD father before becoming a practicing dentist himself. But in his late 20s, a perfect storm of immense physical stress and biological vulnerability culminated in a devastating diagnosis of multiple sclerosis. Today, patients have a massive array of disease-modifying drugs to choose from. Back then, those options simply did not exist. The only option to treat the inflammatory nature of the disease was corticosteroid injections. Dr. Kaplan followed the medical playbook perfectly. His father even administered the shots at his office, trusting absolutely in the clinical science of the era. Doing everything right by the book is exactly what led him straight into a crisis created by the treatment itself. The steroid injections triggered minor hallucinations, instantly fracturing his perception and completely shattering the stable reality he knew. He was completely awake, experiencing an image he would never forget, sitting squarely on a fence. On one side was sanity, on the other was insanity, and he had no idea which way he was going to fall. The hardest part was the paradox of it all. His mind was breaking apart entirely because he was fighting so hard to follow the prescribed path to get better. The medicine was doing its job by attacking the physical inflammation in his body. The problem was the sheer collateral damage. It was quietly dismantling his psychological stability in the process. Conventional medicine had reached its absolute ceiling. It was successfully slowing the disease, but it was taking the patient down with it. Seeing him on the brink, his fiancée intervened. She practically begged him to visit an Indian-born homeopathic physician she had learned about through her work in the music industry. As an entrenched insider, Kaplan's initial reaction was total dismissal. He carried the distinct arrogance of someone who had never needed alternative therapies, insisting it wasn't real medicine. But desperation has a way of pushing you off the fence. Within hours, he found himself walking into a hotel suite in Beverly Hills to meet the doctor. The 3-hour consultation centered on the experience of being heard. For the first time, Kaplan was in the presence of a clinician who prioritized making him feel comfortable and safe. From there, the doctor applied a suite of non-conventional modalities, drawing on homeopathy, acupuncture, abdominal breathing, and targeted vitamin infusions. While his steroid injections acted as a heavy, isolated chemical attack on a single symptom, these alternative therapies approached the body as an interconnected system, working in concert to regulate the entire nervous system. By addressing the whole system rather than isolating the disease, the suffocating weight finally lifted. The immediate crisis receded, the fence vanished, and his mind cleared. Leaving that hotel suite, the distinction between the two approaches felt undeniable. One managed the symptoms, the other finally offered a way to live well. Kaplan views his father and neurologist as talented clinicians who gave him the highest standard of care available. Their limitations were bound to a medical model that lacked more comprehensive answers for chronic healing. That realization prompted a complete professional pivot. Kaplan eventually abandoned his conventional dental practice and spent the next few decades studying the subjects Western medicine usually ignores. To survive, he became a licensed chiropractor and dove deep into the mechanics of clinical nutrition, pain management, and the relationship between stress and physical healing. Focusing on a specific disease had nearly broken him. Shifting that focus to healing the entire body became his primary mechanism for survival. And the proof is in the results. Today, Dr. Bruce Kaplan is 69 years old, and he has successfully navigated a brutal multiple sclerosis diagnosis for over 45 years. He created the Still Standing newsletter to distill all of that hard-won knowledge, sharing truths about the body and healing that conventional neurologists simply aren't trained to teach. It's a space built for the terrified newly diagnosed, the patients who feel abandoned by the system, and the loved ones who want to know how to actually help. Because surviving a chronic illness requires moving past passive symptom management. It means stepping up and actively practicing the rigorous daily art of genuine wellness.